The sizzling sound of a tortilla hitting the skillet, the aroma of slow-cooked beef rising with a swirl of smoky chili and spice, and the moment a crispy taco is dipped into a deep red broth. This is food that doesn't just satisfy hunger, it commands attention. Birria tacos have become a worldwide sensation, not only for their irresistible flavors, but also for the cinematic way they are served. And just when you think it can't get any better, along comes Birria Ramen, a bowl that bridges Mexico and Japan in one steaming, soul-warming bite. This is not just a recipe, it's a global culinary love story that spans oceans, cultures, and kitchens everywhere. Birria finds its roots in the Mexican state of Jalisco, where it was traditionally prepared with goat meat. This dish was once a celebratory centerpiece for weddings and community gatherings, a way of honoring guests with food that took time, patience, and love. The preparation always involved slow-cooking meat until tender, then bathing it in a consommé made with a blend of chilies and spices that was as rich in flavor as it was in heritage. Over time, beef replaced goat in many kitchens, especially as birria spread to other regions and across borders. Today, birria stands as a cultural emblem of Mexican hospitality, cherished for both its history and its adaptability. At the heart of birria lies its consommé, the spiced broth that is both the cooking liquid and the final flourish. It's the reason birria is so captivating. Unlike many stews, birria broth is designed not just for simmering but also for dipping. It is bold, smoky, slightly tangy, and layered with depth thanks to dried chilies, roasted tomatoes, and warming spices like cinnamon and cloves. This consommé is more than a side dish. It's the very essence of birria's appeal. When tacos are dunked into it, the flavors bloom and textures transform, creating a sensory experience that is as much ritual as it is meal. On the other side of the Pacific, ramen carved its place as one of Japan's most beloved foods. Born from Chinese wheat noodles and adapted in Japan over centuries, ramen became more than a cheap street staple. Each region of Japan developed its own interpretation: shoyu ramen with soy sauce broth, miso ramen thick and hearty, shio ramen light and salty, and tonkotsu ramen rich with pork bone broth. Ramen is not just food, it is comfort, culture, and artistry. Today, ramen shops dot cities across the world, serving bowls that are part nostalgia, part innovation. When birria consommé met ramen noodles, the internet could not look away. The deep, chili-rich broth of Jalisco proved to be the perfect partner for ramen's chewy noodles. Add shredded beef, a soft-boiled egg, scallions, and cilantro, and suddenly, two comfort foods from opposite sides of the world merged into something that felt at once novel and, honestly, kind of inevitable. This fusion is not a gimmick. It is a natural conversation between two food traditions that share a love for broth, for ritual, and for meals that bring people together. For those who want to recreate this culinary bridge at home, the ingredients are straightforward but powerful. Here is the full list with exact measurements to guide you. 3 pounds beef short ribs or chuck roast, cut into large chunks, 6 dried guajillo peppers, which are mildly smoky, 4 dried ancho peppers, sweet and earthy, 2 dried pasilla peppers, rich and deep, 4 medium tomatoes roasted, 1 large white onion halved, 6 cloves garlic peeled, 4 cups beef broth, 1 tablespoon white vinegar, 2 teaspoons ground cumin, 2 teaspoons dried oregano, 1 cinnamon stick, 4 whole cloves, 3 bay leaves, 2 teaspoons salt, plus more to taste, 1 teaspoon freshly ground black pepper, 12 corn tortillas, 2 cups shredded Oaxaca cheese or mozzarella, 1 lime cut into wedges, 4 packs ramen noodles, just discard the flavor packet, 4 soft-boiled eggs, halved, 1 bunch scallions finely sliced, fresh cilantro chopped, and if you like, sesame seeds and nori strips for garnish. The preparation is a journey in itself, one that rewards patience with unparalleled flavor. Start with the chilies. Toast the guajillo, ancho, and pasilla peppers lightly on a dry skillet until their aroma is released, taking care not to burn them. Soak them in hot water until soft, then blend with the roasted tomatoes, onion, garlic, vinegar, cumin, oregano, and a cup of the soaking liquid to form a thick, fiery paste. Next, season your beef with salt and pepper and sear it in a heavy pot or Dutch oven until browned on all sides. This caramelization lays the foundation for flavor. Once the meat is golden, pour in the chili paste, stirring to coat the beef thoroughly. Add the beef broth, cinnamon stick, cloves, and bay leaves. Reduce the heat and let it simmer for 3 to 4 hours, or until the meat falls apart with the gentlest tug of a fork. When the meat is ready, remove it and shred it, leaving the consommé to simmer for a few minutes longer. Skim excess fat but save a few spoonfuls for frying tortillas. It is liquid gold that gives birria tacos their signature crisp edge. Taste the broth and adjust seasoning with extra salt or a squeeze of lime. For the tacos, dip each corn tortilla into the reserved fat before laying it on a hot skillet. Add shredded beef and cheese, fold and grill until the tortilla crisps and the cheese melts into gooey perfection. Serve these tacos with a side of the consommé for dipping. To turn the consommé into ramen, cook your noodles separately and place them into bowls. Ladle the hot birria broth over the noodles, top with shredded beef, a soft-boiled egg, scallions, cilantro, and sesame seeds. Serving birria is about more than just plating food, it's about creating a moment. Birria tacos demand to be served hot, accompanied by a small bowl of consommé for dipping. The drama of the dunk is part of the experience. Pair with pickled red onions, a fresh squeeze of lime, or a side of salsa for added brightness. Birria ramen, on the other hand, is comfort in a bowl. It shines when served steaming hot, with fresh herbs and eggs providing a contrast to the richness of the broth. Both dishes pair beautifully with drinks that refresh the palate: Mexican agua fresca, Japanese green tea, or even a light lager. What makes birria tacos and birria ramen so compelling is not just flavor, but meaning. Birria represents heritage and tradition, a reminder of celebrations in Jalisco. Ramen embodies comfort, resilience, and creativity from Japan. Their fusion is symbolic of how food crosses borders and adapts without losing its essence. In every bite, there's a story of migration, of kitchens experimenting, and of communities embracing new tastes while honoring old ones. It's no surprise that both birria tacos and ramen have gone viral on social media. They are not only delicious but deeply shareable, both in flavor and in story. From Jalisco to Tokyo, birria tacos and birria ramen show how the language of food is universal. Whether you're biting into a crispy taco dripping with consommé or slurping noodles from a steaming bowl, you are participating in a global dialogue that unites cultures. This is not just a recipe to follow, but a story to tell at your table. Try it at home, celebrate its heritage, and make it your own. If you love this journey into global flavors, don't forget to subscribe to Global Culinary Heritage and share this with fellow food lovers. Together, we can keep exploring the dishes that make our world endlessly delicious.